All right, good morning, everyone. Glad that we can all be together through this medium to share and learn together. This is powered by ULEAD Africa, and this is a platform that is exposing us to the rudiments of life and business so that we take control of our tomorrow today. My name is Solomon James, and I'll be your facilitator this morning. Within the hour, we'll see how fast we can go. And I truly, thoroughly enjoyed myself the last time we met, and on our first meeting, it was I enjoyed every moment and the unity, the love, the energy, and we spoke about the mindset of the entrepreneur, and I believe it's very core, which was why we started on that. But we're going to build on this. This training is part of the Becoming a Better Me module, which you have your timetable, and you'll be getting it fleshed out as we proceed. So let's take a look at the roadmap to a better you. Some of the things we'll be discussing are things you already know. Some of them might be new. Whatever it is, take down your notes. There's going to be tests. Remember, all of this will culminate into the grant. But again, whether you get a grant or not, we are teaching and we are learning so that we become better persons. Okay, so let's consider the roadmap to becoming a better you. First, you must understand that a better you is not a game of chance. It's a deliberate step for you to change. Okay, so you don't get better by chance. So that you begin to think what's gonna be. What goes up must come down. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. You do not get better by chance. You get better by deliberately choosing to change the narrative. So if you are set, I'm set. Now let's go change. Show you how this works. Now, becoming a better me is showcasing how you design your life. Okay, so part of what we'll be looking at is how do you design your best you ever. Understand that the best project you will ever work on is you. The best project. Some people want to be a construction engineer. No, the best project you will ever work on is you. So there's a whole lot of chiseling that will be made. There's a lot of adjustment. There's a lot of redesigning, reframing, paradigm shifting moments and talks we are going to have together. So that's part of the opener for us, so that you just get in the know of where we are going with this and what to focus on. All right, now your best you ever. There are key things you must consider if you must become your best you ever. Number one, your best you is going to be a product of your design. Now, I would have highlighted the word your because it puts you in the position of responsibility. If you are thinking that society is going to design a framework that will favor you, I think you lie. If you think that government has a design that covers you in total, then I think you lie. You are deceiving yourself. So the best you is going to be a product of your own personal design. You may need to sit down and ask yourself, what do I want? How do I go about it? What do I need to chisel out? How am I designing my life? And let me say this up front, the design of your life is not static. The design of your life is fluid. It means it changes, it's flexible, okay? You can begin to build a static mindset, or you have a flexible mindset where if there is a new introduction of knowledge or information and it's going to better your life, then you go with it, okay? So first off, understand that your best you is going to be a product of your own personal design. Number two, setting goals is the key to your success, okay? In all of this, we are going to see key areas where you will need to set goals and work on part-time to be able to get things right. And let me say this also, talking about keys, no matter how big a padlock is, it does not intimidate the right key. I hope you know that. Again, let me say that no matter how big a padlock is, it does not intimidate the right key. The right key might be small, but once it enters, it will open the padlock. Sometimes the problems and the things staring us in the face look so large that all we need is just the right key. Okay, so goal setting might also help you in locating that key that will be a turnkey for you to move forward. So we are going to have goals, plans, and the actions you take in that direction. Now, your best year ever, or your best you ever, has a lot to do with you. Now, a wise man once said, Yogi Berra, he said, if you don't know where you are going, you might wind up somewhere else. Now, imagine, I understand a few minutes ago that some persons, apologies, didn't get the communication, probably that it's going to be online and they went to Chemline or so. But I mean, imagine somebody stepping out and they say, where did they go? He said, they go. Where did they go? I don't know. You will never arrive. So if you don't know where you are going, you might just find yourself somewhere else. So what that implies is that to discover your best you, to remodel yourself, to redesign yourself, you've got to know where you are going. And I like what one of my mentors said. He said, if you go through life without setting goals, you may end your life without scoring one. If you go through life without setting goals, you may end your life without scoring one. So in all of this, we will be, there are some certain things, we don't just want a mental assent to it. You might begin to get a note for your goals and put them down. And let me say this again, goals are not static. They are flexible. Once upon a time, your goal was to finish primary 6. I mean, that's still not your goal. Your goal might be, okay, let me finish SS3. For some of us, that's no longer our goal. So, but if you go through life without setting goals, you may end your life without scoring one. It means we need benchmark so that when we achieve those goals, we know that the goal has been achieved. All right. Next, quickly, on your best you ever, it is the set of the sail, not the direction of the wind, that determines which way we all go. It is the set of the sails, not the direction of the wind, that determines which way we all go. Now, trust me, in Nigeria today, everybody seems to be complaining. But why people are complaining, I hope you are also discovering that people are building houses, people are buying cars, people are getting married, people are traveling out, people are doing projects. It is the set of the sail, not the direction of the wind. The same rain is beating everybody, but somebody chooses to carry an umbrella to keep himself dry. He can begin to say, oh, this rain is too much. It's raining season. The rain, no one let us go out. I mean, you are simply just complaining. The economy might not be right, and you can choose to focus on the economy and all the things that are going wrong. Listen, you are just simply putting yourself in a disempowered state of mind. It is the set of the sail, not the direction of the wind. The direction of the wind is hitting on everybody. It is our job in becoming your best you to reset your sail, okay? And that would determine where you go, okay? That's according to Napoleon Hill. Now, all of this begins with a dream. All of this begins with a dream. We did talk about a dream 2 weeks back when we had our inaugural meeting. I believe in a dream. Like I said, probably my background gave me opportunity to dream because I wasn't born into plenty. I was born in the slum of Ajegule. So I grew up having dreams on wet days like this, rainy seasons like this. We go out, we play, we gather sand, we build castles with our legs. Some of us did those things. And as we build those castles, we do 2-bedroom flat, 3-bedroom flat, whereas we're living in one room. But when you come and you build those sand castles with your leg, you were doing multiple apartments. Where did you see that part? You've not even entered into it. Some of us, we create cars with big tires. If we knew Nigerian roads were not going to be good, okay? It was a dream. These things were looking for expression coming out of us. So becoming a better you starts with a dream. It means you must begin with the end in mind. What do I want out of this? What do I want out of life? Probably in the next 1 year, what do I want? Probably in the next 5 years, where do I see myself? Probably in the next 20 years, what am I looking at? Okay. Sometimes because we are not used to dreaming long term, we are caught up with short term needs. It's okay. Okay. But start dreaming. Then we'll begin to stretch that dream and show you how to push your dreams so that they become long term, but it begin with the end in mind. You must, and there's a book I like to recommend. It's called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I think I should have the soft copy. I don't know, but I should have the soft copy. If you're interested, I will probably just talk to Ozioma and I will drop it the soft copy. But if you have the hard copy, I have almost about 10 of them. If I have 2 right now, by me. It's a book I recommend that you read. You begin with the end in mind. Everything is created twice. First in your mind, then second in the manifestation. Okay? First in your mind, then second in the manifestation. All right? Okay, don't worry. If you're interested, Benete, I will send it across. So everything is created twice. It starts with a dream. Once you begin to dream, keep that picture. We'll go there shortly. I do not have much time on this. I just putting because I would rather want to take questions and listen to some of your thoughts or the things you want us to address. But like I said, it begins with a dream, but it also begins with your why. Somebody said once your why is big enough, the how will show up. If your why is big enough, your how will show up. When people give excuses, it shows how limited their why is. Somebody said to me, I said, I don't have money. I said, really? I said, to do this, they said, I don't have money. I said, what if you receive a call right now and they tell you need to be in Abuja tomorrow to see the president, and there is an opportunity for you in the villa, but you need to catch a flight, first flight tomorrow morning, and you are not going by road, you are going by air, though you do not have money, and the flight has just 1 more seat, and perhaps it's going to cost about 100,000 naira. Will you be able to get it? The guy is, I don't reach there now. Why not get that kind of money? So you find out that your excuse was not the problem. The why. Now that you find out that getting to Aso Rock, it's a big why. Getting that appointment is a big why. The how showed up. But first, the person said, I do not have money. I can't make it. So what is your why? Be clear about your why and what you are trying to pursue. Now, this is what Jim Rohn said. He said, don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. People are looking for things. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to do anything. Listen, let me say the capital letter. Suffer once. Okay? Work hard once. And the rest of your life will be easier. So he said, don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. People don't want problem. But you see, people are complaining that Nigeria, there's so much problem. Every problem is an opportunity for somebody to make money. You can only make money if you have a skill that solves that problem. So the more problem you see, it means money is waiting for you. Perhaps where you live, to grind tomatoes, you will need to go 2 streets. That is a solution. That if you provide in your own street, people will no longer go to the next street. Don't wish for less problem, wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenges, wish for more wisdom. That's Jim Rohn. Now, one thing that will help you to begin to work on yourself is constant feedback, whereby you review and you reflect. It's something that I do occasionally, and it's very critical. You ask yourself questions. Take an inventory of your past. What has worked for you? What didn't work? What were your successes? What good decisions did you make? And what bad decisions did you make? All of this will begin to help you to fine tune. You know, when people say experience is the best teacher, okay? Experience is the best teacher if you actually have taken the feedback out of that to learn. Some persons had bad experiences and it has stopped them from moving forward. Rather than taking the the lessons out of it. So for me, there are no losses except lessons that were not harvested out of the loss. There are no losses. Even if you lose, if you pay attention, you will learn faster. So take an inventory of your past. I don't know what you have done before. I don't know where you are coming from. I don't know what worked for you. I don't know what didn't work for you. I don't know the things you succeeded at. I don't know the good decisions you made and the bad decisions. All of this will help you to move forward. I do this regularly because I find out that life is constantly on the move. So I reflect, I made mistake here. I gave this person money I shouldn't have given. I gave somebody something, I did not ask enough question. All of those, you review and you reflect. So now it's about you. So you are taking an inventory of your own past. So what has worked? What has worked for you? What didn't work? Why didn't it work? Was it the people involved? Was it because probably you didn't bring people in? Was it because you were doing it alone? All of this, okay? So constantly learn how to review and to reflect. Okay, next, begin in gratitude, okay? Or begin with gratitude. It's critical, like probably because some of us grew up with not having much. I am one person that I'm always in tune with gratitude to God. I'm just so grateful to God for where I am today. When I look at my past, I look at the journey, I'm grateful to God. So when you see somebody padlock a slippers like this, that's this is the person's asset. Okay, you might look at the picture and you laugh, but this is somebody's asset. The person does not want that as. Have you ever gone growing up? You go and you visit somebody. By the time you come out, they don't carry your slippers. I don't know if it happened to you before. It happened to me many times. So most times when people enter, they say you don't enter house with people's slippers. You carry the slippers and put it under the chair where you are seated. That's born out of experience, okay? But be grateful, just be grateful. Why is this important? Because in order to create abundance, you must first acknowledge and appreciate the abundance you already have. Let me say this, that you are part of this first stream, first batch of you lead. You're already a winner. Appreciate it. The money might have not have come. Appreciate it. That you even have internet to join us this morning. That be grateful for it. Be grateful for it. Live a life of gratitude. Listen, we have a society that is focused on what we do not have. There are many roads that are working, but we focus on the ones that don't work. There are many of your shoes that are beautiful, but you focus on the one that is not that is bad. There are most of your pictures that came out so beautifully, but you focus on all of those build in gratitude. So we have a generation that is raised that they are not grateful, and that's going to limit your ability to create abundance. So in order to create abundance, you must first acknowledge and appreciate the abundance that you already have. It's very, very important. Okay. Yes, Honore, they say grateful for the training coming on your birthday. Oh, happy birthday, happy birthday. I will sing for you later. Probably will sing the one, find one worry song and sing for you. Okay. But I mean, that's something to be grateful for. Be grateful for life. Be grateful for life. It's listen, you may not know how many people have money, but they can't walk the streets like you. So just be grateful. Okay. All of this, but these are small things that you know. I know you know, but you've not taken them in. Okay. Now, this is what Jim Rohn had to say. He said, gratitude is what starts the receiving process. That's Jim Rohn. Gratitude starts the receiving process. You do not receive to give thanks. You give thanks to receive. You just keep thanks. Listen, every time you are in a state of gratitude, just check. There is an energy that builds around you. Have you noticed every time you are focused on your wants, the environment becomes toxic? The energy is bad. You are being sucked in. And once your energy is down, your productivity will go down. So imagine what gratitude does. It starts the receiving process. So somebody might say, So how do I begin I've not received the money? Are you telling me I should start thanking God for the money, even though I've not received it? Yes. How do I do that? It's simple. I am so grateful now that I'm living my best life. That's gratitude. We honor I say, I am so grateful now that I have seen a new day. I am so grateful now that I have 1,000 naira. I am so grateful now that I have internet. Now, you see, the focus is on the now, okay? Because what causes despair is what you are trying to get. And what you are trying to get is for tomorrow. Sometimes our focus for tomorrow robs us of the presence of the now. So I am so grateful now. Always put your gratitude in present tense. It helps you to own that moment. It creates that energy for that moment that keeps you going. I am so grateful now that I'm living my best life. Okay, but I'm living in a slum. I am so grateful now that I'm living my best life. I hope you know gratitude is a form of prayer. You know, for those of us in church, they tell you to have what they call prayer of thanksgiving. So even giving thanks is a form of prayer. It's not every time, oh God, give me, oh God, give me, God, somebody die. No, I am so grateful now. Okay, probably let's just have in the chat one or maybe just a few persons. What are you grateful for now? Can you type it in the chat? Let me just say, if you are something you are grateful for, okay? Can somebody just type in the chat what you are grateful for? Okay, let me just see that. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for health. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here. Honorary says grateful for this training coming on the birthday. Yes, who else is grateful? I'm waiting for somebody's chat. Who else is grateful? Can you hear me? Yep. Julie Daniel is grateful now for a pleasant life. I like that. And that's what you are going to get. And that's what you will experience. Okay. So, Julie Daniel, I'm so grateful now for a pleasant life. Amos Igwe, I'm grateful for life and the privilege to be a part of this program. Awesome. Benedict Jim, I'm grateful for the opportunity to meet you. Lead Africa. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That connection is something to be grateful for. So, Benedict Jim, yes, I like that. I'm grateful now for the opportunity to be trained. Now, listen, as you are beginning to type that, I want you to also sense the energy that is you are feeling around you. Melody, I'm grateful for the privilege to be here, okay, and I'm made a better person in life. Just check your energy. I'm grateful to be here presently today. Okay, Mba Mazuka Joshua, I'm grateful now that I'm becoming significant. I like that. Benson, grateful for coming across a man called Great. Awesome. Now, that's what we are talking about here. I'm grateful now for opportunity to be part of the first participants of You Lead Africa program. Kingsley Daniel, that's the way to go, okay? And the people whoever is behind the Infinite Hot 8 said, I'm grateful for this opportunity. Ogba Philip is saying, I'm grateful for counting myself among people that will lead this continent tomorrow. That's something to be thankful for. Emmanuel Adetula, I'm grateful now for people in my life, okay? Emmanuel is also, I'm grateful that I'm alive walking towards my dream. Always be grateful, okay? Now, so probably what you might do, you wake up every day, look for one thing, look for two things, and be grateful for, okay? Just be grateful for it. It produces the energy for you to move forward. Okay, let's continue. Design your life. Designing your life is very critical. Set goals for every aspect of your life. Like I said, the goals are not fixed. So sometimes you might set goals that you will meet easily. You might set some goals that might take some time, but set goals for every aspect of your life. There are basically about 8 of them. If I probably next training, I'll find a way to handle the 8 aspects that you should find a way to cover. Okay, but again, you might not cover all of them every day. Let's say somebody is 14. I said, and it covers marriage. You might not get married at 14. It means, but it's a goal. You meet some will be prolonged, some will be postponed, but you are working towards that. So set goals for every aspect of your life. You will become as great as your dominant aspiration. And that's according to James Allen. So designing your life is not by default. You've got to be intentional in designing your life to become a better you. All right. I would also like to encourage you to focus on your what we call bag. What is your bag? What is bag? It simply means that thing that is big, that thing that is hairy, that thing that is audacious, and that goal. So bag is your big, hairy, audacious goal. What is the goal that if I sometimes thinking about it, even puts you under pressure, it intimidates you? Listen, if you tell people their goal and it does, listen, there are people that if you tell them their goal, they feel you are proud. It means you have a big goal. If you tell someone, if I can just get 1,000 naira, it might be a goal probably you don't have, but that's just what you need. It's a goal. You will hit it quick. But set big goals. You remember last time I shared, I said that God does not charge tariffs on our dreams. So set big, hairy, audacious goal. Although when you set big goals, they pull you up. There are goals that will need you to evolve. Okay? Now, if you want to become more, according to Jim Rohn, you first have to become more. People want more, but there is somebody you must be. If you want to have more, people want to have. The problem is not with having, you first have to become more. And I'll give an example. If you give a child, maybe a 3-year-old, 2-year-old child, 20 naira, what do you think they'll go to buy? Sweet and popcorn, right? What if you increase the money to 50 naira? What do you think they will buy? More sweet and more popcorn. What if you give them 100 naira? They will buy much more sweet and much more popcorn because they have not grown beyond that level. If you want to have more, you first need to become more. So if they keep buying more sweet, I will not give them more because it's all about sweet. Okay? There is a space for you to become more. And that's what You Lead Africa is bringing to the table, so that we all here can become more. Work hard on yourself than you do on your business. We are teaching you business, okay? We are teaching you how to make money, crypto, ICT, media, different things. But you see, the work is not on the business. The work is on yourself. You are the one to manage the business. You are the one to manage everything. So work harder on yourself than you do on your business. And that's also according to Jim Rohn. All right. Don't be the same. I think I created this last week or so. Don't be the same, be better. I want to read that again. Don't be the same, be better. And I got this idea because people will tell you that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Yes, Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever, but you are not Jesus. For you, don't be the same, be better. And that's what You Lead is. That's what becoming a better me is. Don't be the same, be better. Every stagnant water will soon begin to smell. Make sure you don't remain the same. Make sure you are better. So I make a commitment to be better, even if it's 1% every day. Listen, in 100 days, you have gotten 100%. Just make sure you are better. Ask yourself this question. What do I have to become to achieve this? Now, I want to make ₦1 million. What do I have to become to achieve this? I want to be a master crypto trader. What do I have, or who do I have to become? Listen, because sometimes, let's take an example in trading. I hope you know trading needs patience. It means if you are not a patient type, you will lose. So The question is, what do I have to become to achieve this? Then I've got to know how to be patient. Sometimes for some of us, you've got to know how to listen. For some of us, you've got to know how to relate. I don't talk to anybody. Are they on my own? No. You may need to change. It might be something that is limiting you. So in becoming your best you, I keep asking myself, what do I have to become to achieve the next milestone? Every next milestone will require a new you. Every next level of income will require a new you. What brought you here will not take you there. What brought you here will not take you there. So what do I have to become? Always ask yourself questions. What do I have to become to achieve this? And when I saw this in the scriptures, it stimulated my thinking. Now, if you read the book of Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4, I got the scripture out for you, so you don't need to even get out your Bible. It says, he becometh poor. It means people become rich. People become poor. Poverty does not just happen. People become it. Wow. So I thought it was the government that has not given you money. No, he become it. It's not the government. That's why I said in this same economy, people are creating wealth. Others are creating poverty. He becometh poor. Some people go to school to become doctors. Some people go to school to become lawyers. Some people go to school to become engineers. Some people live through life to become poor. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4. So what are you becoming? You've got to check what you are becoming, because that is already pre-framing you for your manifestation of what will come out. So wherever you are today is a result of the things that you have consciously or unconsciously left, and it has what we have the compound effect to become you. So don't blame anybody. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame the government. Take back your life and say, now that I know, I am changing it. He becometh poor. What do I have to become to be rich? What do I have to become to change the narrative in my family? What do I have to become to change how the story ends? Okay? Are we still together? If you are still together, type yes in the chat if we are still together. Okay? Let me know you are there. Type yes if you are there. All right? Yeah, I see Missy Formas. Great. Thank you. She's also grateful. Purity is also grateful. Yeah, Amos is there. Kenny is there. Okay, but yeah, Melody, everybody is there. Awesome, awesome. Emmanuel, Pascal, Julie, Daniels, thank you. All right. Okay, don't worry. I see those raising up your hand. I'll give you room for question shortly. Okay. We do not attract what we want. I know for some of us, if I can just get 1 billion, they don't pick up for ground. We do not attract what we want. We attract who we are. Have you seen the reason why we are focusing on who you are becoming? Because we do not attract what we want. We attract who we are. You are a mirror. You are a reflection. So who are you? That's what you are attracting. We do not attract what we want. I know you want a fancy house, a fancy lifestyle. That's not what you attract. You attract who you are. First, it must come from the inside and it begins to build. Now, I'll show you a template for this, okay? I'll show you something. And I do not laugh about what I'm going to show you. It starts with visualization. Do you remember I said that it begins with a dream? Now, the picture you see is a picture of me. This was in India in 2010, January 2010, first week of January in India. Went there for a vacation and we had a training, and it very beautiful was I forgot the name of the hotel. Very beautiful. And that's the biggest hotel I'd entered as at that time in my life in India, in New Delhi in India. When we got there that morning, the next morning, they got us into a big room, big men, different things like that. And we got into a place where there were no seats. And I was like, is it a standing ovation meeting? Well, we're all standing, and they got cardboard papers, they got markers, they got pencils, crayon, and I said, this looks like a kindergarten class. What are they trying to do? They brought magazines. I said, well, there's no tailor here. Who wants to be cutting magazines? So, well, the person coordinating just said, well, welcome everybody, and hope you had a nice rest, blah, blah, blah. He said, well, very quickly want us to do something, create your dream board. And I was like, what? No, sometimes you think you have a dream until they don't say you should create it. You know, like Bible will say in the book of Habakkuk, you say, write the vision, make it plain. Here, they say, they did not tell us to write it. They say we should create it, put it in pictures. So there were lots of magazines around us. We should go look for the magazine, look for anything that you think you desire as a dream, put it on your white canvas, because it was just a blank canvas. Again, life is a blank canvas for every one of us today. Today is your new year, because it's a blank canvas. But it is your duty to be able to now make that canvas beautiful. So, well, I got to work and I saw a picture and I cut it. See, it's written there, enjoy your choice, your wife. I put that. I saw a picture of a loving family. I wrote there, my fun and loving family. I saw a picture of a car. I put it there, my dream car. If you look beneath, I wrote there, I travel the world. You see the plane. I wrote there, great relationship. And I was stuck. Now, all this, I have a dream. I have a dream. Put the dream on paper. The dream didn't even at vacant spaces. I turned around to, there was a bishop that was seated by me, Bishop Jonas Katung from Jos. By the time I turned around, this bishop had created 2 cardboard paper. So I turned to him, I said, Bishop, truly, you have a bigger dream than my dream. Okay? But listen, you are not to compare dream. He had 2 cardboards. That's to tell you he had big dream. But here was I beginning my journey to become a better me. So I created this, and while I was trying, they said, it's okay, fold it. So I snapped it. This was about almost going to 11 years now. I snapped this. They told us to bring it home to Nigeria, and I put this thing opposite my bed. Every morning when I wake up, the first thing I see was my dream board, was my vision board. It's the first thing I see every morning. So now you don't now come and tell me, GSM, come go burial, come go here. When I wake up, where you are telling me to go is not part of what was on my vision board. I wasn't going. And ladies and gentlemen, it didn't take up to 5 years when I achieved all of this. I achieved practically all of them. I have a beautiful family. I have a beautiful home. I travel the world. I have my own car, great relationship. Down there was real estate. So everything for me. So I said to myself, wow, this works. What am I saying to you? Because I had that as a visualization, it started pulling a different me to be attracted to that. Remember I said, we do not get what we are attracted to, we get who we are. We are attracted to who we are. So this will also form part of your assignment. Every one of us, you are going to go look for a cardboard paper and create your own vision board. You will snap it and send it to your room. Ozioma will know how to get that. Okay, listen, don't copy on another person's own, and don't be ashamed. This was mine, very scanty. Okay, but this was my dream then. So visualize your dream. It doesn't matter. I told you my background. So most of all those things were living as childhood dream. I like to travel the world, so I put it there. I want to meet great people. I'm meeting great people. Just whatsoever comes to your mind, do not hold, don't limit it. Again, God does not charge tariffs on your dream. Okay, so go to work, have this as part of your assignment. And why is that important? Everything is better version. Wherever you are right now is not your end. Your next version is already loading. So begin to act as if you've already accomplished it. Begin to act as if you are a millionaire. You are not arrogant, okay? You are not arrogant, but begin to act as it. Listen, everything is better version. Where I am right now, that I might think, oh, I'm there. check, it's better version. It's still a better version. I mean, better version, for some of us who do things online, you see, they'll tell you this phone, I mean, softwares, they have better version, website, they have better version. Better version is like a, what's the word I will use? Like a pre, okay? So everything is better version, it's a negative. Now, both pictures, those are me. And they are not too much years apart. But listen, the picture, first picture you are seeing, I borrowed the cap, I borrowed the shirt, I borrowed everything I was wearing there. They were not mine. That thing looks like a parachute. But my next version was loading. Look at the next picture. I think this should have been 3-4 years ago. So if I'm to upload my next, your next version is already loaded. So that's why appreciate yourself for where you are, but begin to act as if. I didn't need the second picture to begin to act as it. Wherever you are, it's good enough. Okay? All right. Now let's go take some action. Okay? Now, without a sense of urgency, desire loses its value. There's what we call law of diminishing intent. Law, in economics, they have what they call law of diminishing return, but we call it law of diminishing intent. When you do not take action immediately, the intent begins to drop. Okay? Desire loses value without a sense of urgency. So if you greatly desire something, have the guts to stake everything on obtaining it. And that's what Brendan Francis said. Well, these were my thoughts this morning, and I just want to give you some thoughts for this week as we wrap up this short class. Number one, if you will change, everything will change. All changes begins with you. If you will change, everything will change. All changes begin with you. Number two, if you want more, you have to become more, okay? It's you who need to become. I know you need more money, but you are the one to change to be able to accommodate that. Probably I'll have time to talk to you on the law of capacity. Number three, don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. People want things to be easier. No, if you are better, what was hard becomes easier once you are better. So it's always easier with you getting better. Number four, don't do less than your best. I'm doing my best. Well, I once told one of my mentors, I'm doing my best. He said, no, you don't do your best. You do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. So don't do less than you can give to it. Okay? So let's wrap this up. Let others live small life, but make sure it's not you. Let others cry about small hurts, but make sure it's not you. Let others cry about non-essentials, but make sure it's not you. Listen, NLC goes on strike. That's not your headache. You are focused on something right now. Stay away from negative news. Stay away from things that are not working to your bottom line in making you a better person. That will be my parting thoughts for you this week. Thank you so very much for being a part of this training this morning. Again, my name is Solomon James, and you can follow me on Solomon James Live on Facebook, Solomon James on YouTube, and Solomon James Live on Instagram. All right, that being said, I will open up the room in case we have one or two questions, and I will take your questions. If you have any question. Okay, Lucy was the one with the Infinite Hot 8. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Lucy. Okay, so let me see if I can open up the room if anybody has anything. Okay, if you have anything to say, unmute yourself. I think everybody has the command now to unmute themselves, but if you have a question, just unmute yourself and ask away. Okay, Pascal, you can ask. Okay, you can unmute yourself and ask. Okay, go ahead and ask for today. Let me look for Pascal. Pascal, you can unmute yourself. Okay, yeah.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my friend.
In fact, I bless God for bringing you to us, if I may use the word to me in particular, because right from the very day we started, the first meeting we had at the Caroline House,
yeah,
it has always been, in fact, a very serious impartation to my life. just as I chatted you briefly after that meeting on your, on your page, I told you that that meeting has actually reshaped me from that very day. In fact, it was as if everything you said that there was, in fact, was pertaining to what had been going on in my life. And that meeting, the message you sent across that day was actually meant to reshape me as an individual. Wow. I want to thank you. In fact, I continue to thank you for that meeting. In fact, it was a very big impartation to my life. Wow. And honestly, for what you have also said this morning, I want to believe it is a continuation of that first meeting. Mm. For me, I have always looked forward to. I've got dreams right from my very tender age. I've got a big dream, but the only area I continue to miss it is this. I know as a young boy growing up, I grew up to start seeing money. Even though I'm coming from a very poor background. I'm a hustler. Mm. I can do any genuine thing to make sure I make money. Mm. I have been, even while I had parents growing up with 5 siblings, including me making 6, I never depend on my parents. Mm. But I'm always missing something. I make money. I don't know how to manage to progress it into something that can give me a bigger thing I want. Mm. The question I want to ask from everything that you have said to us this morning is becoming a better me and having the dreams I have always nurtured growing up to make it a reality, for it to come into manifestation in my life. How do I harness all this into a reality to make sure that I begin to achieve my dream on a bigger level, if I may put it that way. I would like to get my questions.
Yeah, I do. All right, thank you, Pascal, for that question. Again, I appreciate you, and thank you also for being actively involved in our ULEAD training. I mean, your last, before you phrased your question, you talked about your ability to make money and the money filters away. Let me say this quickly, and this applies to everyone, and write it down if you can.
Okay.
To spend is human, to save is divine. To spend is human, to save is divine. It takes discipline, grace, God, commitment to save. And you save if you have something bigger. Sometimes, I mean, a young guy now can just see 3 million and they'll go and buy a car, because what they see is not, they just see their immediate need of what we call gratification. They want to fulfill that immediate desire. So sometimes they what we call delayed gratification. So you delay it because of something you are seeing ahead. Some of them, I said, you are still wearing the same shoe, you are still wearing the same clothes, you are still living in the same place. That money enters your hand does not mean you change location. I've seen many young people do that. So few millions enter, but then they just jump and they go to Lekki, and now they are stuck. Okay, because listen, don't just upgrade yourself unnecessarily. If you have a big dream, if I to ask you right now, Pascal, how do you go from Lagos to Onitsha? Obviously, you know Onitsha is a destination, but you know you need to leave your house either to go to Ido, to go to Yaba, to go to whichever part of the wherever you are to take the vehicle. And each vehicle needs to pass stages. They don't jump there. So it simply means that's where, based on what you want to achieve. Now, again, what is big is relative. What is big to you might be small to me, which is why, like I said, everybody's dream must be according to their own desires. Okay, so now that you have what is that big thing to you, the question is, like I said, who do I need to become? Who are the people? Is this something you can do alone? Is this something you will need partnership? Is this something you will need mentorship? Is this something you will need collaboration? And let me tell you for free, the new economy is a collaborative economy. Those days, people succeed alone. Show me anybody that is succeeding alone today, right now. Everybody is going to a collabo. Whether it's a Dangote, whether it's a Bill Gates, whether everybody is in a collabo. You don't need to be a musician to have a collabo. So now I can't answer specifically because I do not know that dream and know the context of that dream. But if I were to know the context of that dream, I can say this is where you are, define where you are, and this is where you are going to. Like I said, you do not just come out of your house and you start going out. You must have a blueprint to get there. So right now, this is where you are as Pascal. This is the dream. How much will it take in your own view or estimation, if it's money-wise, to make this dream possible? Or perhaps it's relationship. Who are the people I need to make this dream possible? Because sometimes we think all in about money. Sometimes making your dream possible is not about money. It could be a collaboration. Some people have partnerships. Somebody brings brain, somebody's bring cash. So understand, don't get yourself stuck because of money. That your money might be in another person's hand. All you need might have been a collaboration to make that happen. Okay, but first, if you are to go to a bank today, every bank will tell you you need 30% from you, then they'll give you 70%. If they are to give you loan, it means you must have something of your own, which is why I address that section of earning. Listen, it doesn't matter how much you earn. Go pick up the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, read that book. It will change your life. Learn how to pay yourself first, so that if there is a need for anything, you have your own takeoff capital. But maybe we can expatiate this some other time or one-on-one, but so that one or two persons might have something to say before our time runs out. Pascal, I don't know if this helps.
Yes, it helps. I get you perfectly well. I got your point. Yeah, direct, and I think I think that's just the major truth that is centered on me over the years.
It's all right. Thank you so very much. Okay, who else has a question? Unmute yourself or raise your hand and I'll unmute if you can.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Oga Benedict.
Sir, I am really touched by your lectures.
Thank you, sir.
Wow, I'm super excited.
Thank you.
Sir, my question is, can environmental factor influence one negatively towards becoming a better me?
Thank you. That's a very very on the spot question. I will tell you yes and I'll tell you no. Okay, it's not a direct answer because the determinant is not the environment. The determinant is you. Okay. Now, I told you I grew up in Ajegule. The same environment that has pulled others down has not helped me that much, and the reason is you can recreate your own environment. For those who were in the our first meeting, one of the things I do, for example, if you get into my car is a mobile library. And that's why I like Lagos traffic, because it affords me to do almost one semester in one day, because there's a whole lot of, by the time you do 3 hours to go, 3 hours to come back, you have finished a lot of training. So my car is a university on wheel. Now, what am I trying to do? I am recreating my environment. You listen to news. Everything in the news is negative. Show me the last time you watched the news and there was something positive. You turn to CNN, it is constant negative news. CNN, constant negative news. You turn to radio, everything is booty, breast, and the rest of it. Show me what is inspiring your dream there. So you recreate your own environment. My laptop, tons of material. My phone, I have audios. My car. Once I enter, I recreate my own energy. So if your environment is toxic, you can detoxify it and recreate your own positive environment. And the relationship you now build, because my mentor once said to me, said, if you walk with a he-goat, you will smell like one. So it simply means, listen, we can change our environment. The environment is people. So I change what I hear and I change the people I interact with. Basically, environment is changed. Now, this is you lead. We are all here. I've never met you before, but have you noticed this is a new environment we have created? We are creating a new culture. This is what it takes. So, yes, why the environment might dictate for some persons, if you have a goal to become better, you have the tools. to rise above that environment, recreate your environment, and the challenge there again is sometimes people are not aware of the environment, the environmental factor, and it keeps them down. I'll give you a very raw example. For those of us, I stayed in the village for a while, growing up also as a child. And for those of us who have used pit latrine, have you noticed if you stay in the pit latrine, the very first 30 seconds you enter pit latrine, you will perceive the smell.
Yes.
But if you stay there for 5 minutes, you begin to read newspaper. You no longer perceive the smell. So for some of us, there are environments that are toxic, but because you have stayed there too long, you do not know it's a toxic environment. So you need to detoxify yourself. I don't know if that helps.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Benedict. All right.
I'm very grateful.
All right, you're welcome. Let's take one more. One more. Unmute yourself if you have something to say. Okay, Mba.
Oh, good morning, sir.
All right, good morning, my brother.
Oh, it's afternoon already. Sometimes you make a list of dreams. But sometimes I remember I filled my paper with dreams. That are as in kind of childhood fantasies.
Yeah.
But then I looked at myself and saw that resources was a great barrier.
Okay.
What I had to do then was to throw away the stuff.
Okay.
That there is no way out for me to actually do these dreams. I can't recall some of the dreams I was back then. From childhood I had a very big intense passion for pharmacy.
Okay.
And I also love to be as in a kind of formator.
Yeah.
To own school, as in to correct some of those mess we used to experience back then in our secondary school or something.
Yeah.
But after all these things, I looked at myself into count how am I going to go about it, about the resources. So I was so discouraged, and what I did was to throw away the paper. So my question is, how can we handle dreams and resources? Because that is where the problem comes. You can dream the world, and when it comes to bring it to work out, you see that.
If I get you right, and I do not take away what you've just said. It happens, but I always like to reframe things. And let me put it this way: the problem is not the problem. The problem is how you view the problem. The problem is not the problem. The problem is how you view that problem. Now, when you see it as a problem, it becomes a kind of a daunting task. Now, there is the need for resources for a project. Who says, and I've just answered, I think it was Pascal I was talking about, who says it is always about the resources? What of if it's a partnership? And let me tell you, our Igbo brothers have helped in solving that. Many people in the West here, they wait for money before they execute something. For most of our Igbo brothers, all those apprenticeship, you go to learn a craft and you serve somebody, it has fast-tracked people's path more than even the academic part. Okay? Now, again, what you are seeing as a concern for me, and listen to me, it is empowering your voice. Now, if you see the way I share my story now, I'm not sharing my successes, I'm sharing my struggles, I'm sharing the things I have gone through. So you do not see it as a loss, you see it as part of a story when you begin to solve this problem. But I also think why you had that as a dream, there was a bridge that was missing. There is always somebody that will connect you to that, even if it's a resource. Okay? Somebody has your resources in his hand. How do you get to that person was the missing link? It wasn't your dream, and it wasn't you. You only lack the connecting bridge. So rather than look at this as a problem, now that I know I do not know. Every time I have a need, there is somebody that has the answer. How do I learn? Remember I said there is somebody, who do I need to become? I might need to become somebody who learns and masters relationship, who learns to master the act of connection. I don't know whether you get me, okay? So it's not about your dream not being achievable. It is achievable. It's just that as at that particular time where you were limited, you got yourself shut in. Because, for example, throwing away that paper in your dream, it creates a negative energy. If I had to ask you, now, how do you get out of a negative energy when you've already built it? So, however, imagine, let's say, like that period you were talking to me, or you were talking to or you were talking to some other person who is here, who is learning what we are learning. Somebody else might point you. Now, I'm not a pharmacist, but I might point you to, I might connect you to a pharmacist. I might connect you to somebody. I might show, listen, everything is around you. It's a craft to learn how to connect it. So every dream is achievable, okay? If it's a passion, if it's a dream, it will still be there, it will not die. There are some dreams that I had, and I thank God I did not pursue them. Because if I pursue them, probably it will limit me. Remember that last time I said that the ladder you climb determines how high you go. So there is a limit to what you can do, okay? So you are not limited. You have just been given an opportunity. If you don't do it, you can help another person do it. But that dream is still possible, even if you choose to want to pursue that. I don't know if I've been able to help to bring clarity to that.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Final one. You know, Paul said, finally, my brethren, he went ahead to write 16 more verses. So, but I'm not going to write 16 more verses. Finally, my brethren, let's have one more.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Melody. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
All right, I can hear you loud.
I'm so much delighted to be here, sir. May God bless the organizers of this great program, sir.
Amen.
Yes, sir. I have two questions.
Quick.
And one is something that occurs often. And I've asked the question severally on different seminars and occasions.
Okay.
But I've not really gotten the correct answer to that.
All right.
I want to know why people work hard to reach for the skies, to become better or to attain a certain level, mostly financially. But most times it doesn't work out as they plan. So I want to know, is it because they are trading on the wrong path or did not plan it well? That's my first question, sir. Then my second question, sir, is I made a research on something and I saw a write-up that states, always consider your starting point when setting your goals. But today we are taught to have a big dream, to dream big.
Yep.
So, but here we have to consider our starting point. So how can you link the two together? So please throw more.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Melody. I think I like your question. They are smart questions. Okay, quickly. I asked Pascal. I said, Pascal, how do you go from Lagos to Onitsha? The end was Onitsha. The starting point was Lagos. So you don't get to the ending from nowhere. You get to the end from your beginning. Now, in starting from that beginning, just like I think it was Ba or who was Benedict, I was asking, you ask yourself, what are the tools that I need? Now, if I'm to go to Onitsha, now I can decide to say, I want to go by road, I want to go by air, I want to jog, I want to take a bike. There are different vehicles. So my starting point will determine the vehicles that I can use. I hope you understand that. So your starting point will define. If you do not have a starting point, it's like somebody is asking. I once asked, it was a humor anyway. I asked on Facebook, I said, how do I get from my 12 to Paris? Okay. Now, you know, I cannot go to my 12 from Paris, but I can go to my 12 from Paris. My 12 is just for me to enter a vehicle and that will take me to the international airport. Then from there, I can go to Paris. So it simply means though where my location at that point, there is no airport. I am to connect with the vehicle that will take me to where I can get the flight to go to Paris. So your beginning always matters. Once you can, it's like, for those of us that use Google Map, you cannot say, how long is it from Ebonyi to Abuja? If you are using Google Map, it will ask for your beginning point. That's your frame of reference. So that's how they come in. If you know your beginning, then you can walk. Like, remember I said begin with the end in mind. It means now that I have the end, I walk the end backward to the beginning. Then now begin to build. And that is the strategy of God. I can go take you through Bible. God always finishes his work before he starts. Everything is complete. Then he will now start. So it means he has the end. Now that he knows I want man, he now come back to the dust to create that man. Anything he wants to do, he wants a savior. That was the end point. He now come back to the beginning. If you go through your Bible, you find that all God was talking about, he will talk about what he wanted to do. It means it was already identified. Then he will come back to the beginning and walk it through to get there. Which is why when you go through scriptures, you see the Bible will say that it might be fulfilled, that which was written. He was a Nazarite. That it might be fulfilled, that which was written. Out of Egypt, have I called him. Remember when they were running from Egypt to Nazareth? For them, they were running, but they did not know they were fulfilling a scripture of a bigger picture. They were not seeing it. God has finished it. So God was taking them through paths that will bring into fulfillment the bigger picture. Sometimes what you are going through is just the missing puzzles. You must understand that there is a bigger picture to that. So sometimes when I see all my struggle, I said, God, you know, how many of us notice that if you are watching some film, you are very apprehensive. If you watch the film the second time, you are very relaxed because you already know the different spots of those films. Our life, why we are apprehensive is because we've not watched the film. God has finished watching the film of your life. So he has seen the end. He brings you back to the beginning and begins to take you through it. So which is why I am grateful always, because I know the end is secured. Okay, don't worry, the referee is supporting you. Anyhow, it will end in your favor. That's how we connect the beginning to the ending. Well, to your first question, as many people are working out to become financially free, but it is not happening. I do not think it is not happening. First of all, wealth is transient. Wealth is not fixed. Wealth keeps growing. Wealth is relative. If Obasanjo tell you he has 10 million naira, he's broke, he'll be crying. If you have 10 million naira, you will give testimony in church. In fact, you know they'll say, join me to shout 7 hallelujah. Ha, 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 ha. That's because you just hit 10 million naira. But your 10 million naira is somebody's being broke. So wealth is relative, which is why I defined in the beginning, I said, your goal is not fixed. Your goal keeps moving. But the question is, we do not celebrate our small wins. When you do not celebrate your small win, you do not see that you have won. Sometimes you don't need 1 million. You need to celebrate the 50,000 that came in. Now that I have this 50,000, how do I make this 50,000 naira to grow to 100? Because for some of us, until we have 1 million naira, that's when we feel we have money. If I tell you in the last 1 year, for some of us, 1 million naira has passed through your hand, but it didn't come as 1 million naira. It came as 10 naira, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 80,000. But 1 million naira came through your hand. For many of us, people will die and they were millionaires. They never knew, because for them, they were waiting for 1 full million naira to come into your hand. Which again, let me repeat what I said to Pascal. To spend is human, to save is divine. You must intentionally work on your finances. And listen, finances are things I teach. It's what I call financial intelligence and personal development mastery and all those things. I can teach you on that and how you can measure. And again, talking about financial freedom and all those things, you cannot know, you don't begin your financial journey if you don't have a statement of where you are right now. If I had to ask you right now, Melody, how much are you worth? You may not have that, okay? Once you don't have that, it might be difficult. So, Melody, what do you want? I want 25 million. How much do you have now? all your assets. I'm not talking about liability. Your phone is a liability. Your car is a liability. In fact, you can build a house and your house is a liability. Because if you build a house and you are the one living in the house, you are the only one repairing the house. The liability is anything that takes money away from your pocket. If you have a phone and the phone does not bring money into your pocket, it's a liability. So there are, let's not go there. It's a training. I might jump into that to address some financial things for you, so that you can understand the paradigm. Because if your eyeglass is I saw the other day on Facebook, they're doing spectacle challenge. If your spectacle is blue, it doesn't matter what you look at, it will be blue. Let the color be yellow, it will show blue. Let the color be white, it will show blue. So if you don't have the right paradigm to what you are viewing as financial success, you may not be getting it right. So we might need to go back to the basis, break it down so that you understand what's an asset, what's a liability, because possibility is that you might even get there and you still did not know because you didn't recognize that thing as an asset, or you are even counting a liability as part of an asset. Okay, so I don't know if it helps or if you need to throw more light on that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. I'm okay with the answer.
All right. Okay, guys, thank you so very much. Because of our time, it's almost 11:30, and it's trying to look as if it wants to rain here, so that I'm sure we don't get timed out. This is recorded. I'll find a way for us to watch it again. Maybe I'll send the recording. I'll download the recording, send it to Ozioma, or we'll create a way for those who miss it to be able to watch it within 24 hours, of which after that link will expire. So in case you want to go back, or people who couldn't make it, they might have the opportunity to do that. Let's see if we can create something like that, to work on that today, and it will be sent to you if it's possible. Otherwise, but the recording, we'll get the recording so that people who want to review it can review it. So your assignment for next, before we meet next Tuesday, go get a vision board, get a white cardboard paper, and begin to plant those dreams there, and snap them. Okay, please do not hold yourself down. Express your dream. Okay, just put it out there. God will make it come to be. All right, so with that being said, thank you so very much, everyone that have joined us on this call today. It's our first Becoming a Better Me model training, and we look forward to model 2 on Tuesday, same time, okay? And probably with better lessons to learn together, okay? Thank you very much. God bless you. My name is Solomon James, and I'm out.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.
God bless you.